I take the lens cap off.
Alright, so we got the fire built. That's the most important job for the day. It's cold out here. Today, you saw all the parts. We're super excited about it, but got a lot of work to do before we can put those in. Today, it's going to be tear out. Transmission, gas tank, gas lines. This car has an auxiliary heater. It's huge, it's got to go. All the ductwork that goes to that, gone. All the fuel lines that went to that, gone. We even have to take out the emergency brake cable. We're going to relocate all that. Got to cut and grind some old brackets out of the bottom of it. And then that's it. That's what we're doing today.
It's always burning something, something.
Is the flue open?
Well, turns out you gotta open the flue if you don't want smoke. Oh, now she's chooching hard. Heck yeah. Very professional. Old yank and tug.
Yeah. The old yank and tug. This actually burned fuel. Instead of just siphoning the heat off the engine, it burned fuel separately as a heater. And it's ridiculous. But whatever. There you go.
If you remember, the engine in this area here was a air-cooled Volkswagen engine. It didn't have a radiator. So there wasn't really a good way to pull a whole bunch of heat off of it. And especially in these larger Vanagons, they had a bigger cabin space, so they had these auxiliary heaters, you know, to give you a little bit extra chooch. Alright, Zach, now that we have the auxiliary heater out, can you show us what else needs to be moved or deleted?
Oh my gosh. So we've got linkages for the transmission. This is ductwork that goes up to the front of the cabin. This is the wiring harness that was for that heater. I've already cut some of it out. Another sensor for the heater. Oh man. Some fuel lines. Gas tank's coming out.
These cars actually had so many different fuel filter lines and tubes and brakes in it that what would happen is the fuel lines would deteriorate over time, and then the engines would catch on fire because there's a bunch of extra fuel next to a hot source of, you know, ignition. That sticker's not so funny right there because it's kind of true. It's like it's got prostate problems.
We could potentially drain it from here too.
Well, clamp it then.
Well,
oh yeah. That's some flow rate.
what are we going to do with this 3-year-old gas?
We're going to recycle it responsibly, like environmentally conscious members of society. I kind of have to pee now.
So for a while, when I would go to brush Ward's teeth, like as soon as we started running water, he'd be like, I gotta pee. And it's really true. The sound of the running water helps him pee.
Oh jeez, you ever write your name in the snow?
Heck yeah. That is 2 3/8
2 3/8 what?
inches.
From
the bottom of this support member. That's how far this hangs down. So it kind of gives us a guideline. We don't want our battery pack to be too much deeper. I know we're going to lose some ground clearance, but if we look at everything, we say it's going to be 3 inches deeper. That's starting to get maybe too much. I mean, that'd be building a lowrider. So if we can keep our battery pack pretty close to the same depth as this. I think the only thing holding it now is the filler.
Oh, that's right.
But I don't know how to get to that without it coming down, so
let's investigate. Okay, so I got up here on the filler cap, I got 3 Phillips head screws, it looks like. And then I got up here.
It's hard line here, so I'm assuming where it connects to the tank is the soft line, but
maybe. I would say just cut it with the Sawzall, but that's a very bad idea. Sparks, you know, fumes, fire, go boom. Like consummate professionals, we referred to the manual to figure out how to get the tank out. It's like a little gasket that just kind of friction fits right there on the end.
yeah, but like that's not the tank though. So how does it?
Is the gasket still on the filler neck?
I guess no. That is the tank.
That's the tank. It is that gasket that was fighting us. It's like a friction fit kind of thing. It just goes on there. The manual says
It'll be fine. That's what
seal if necessary on that gasket with the star. So I'm guessing they leak. Alright, we're under the car now, and this is the front right here. Front cross member for the suspension and steering. Right behind that was where the void where the tank used to be. We got some heater tubes. It looks like a shifter cable. Over here looks like some sort of wiring that needs to go. This loom of wiring will either need to be removed or rerouted or determined that it's not going to be interfering with the battery pack, because between this frame rail and that frame rail over there, we're just going to hang the battery pack. A little bit further back here, we have a cross member that will have to go. This is that heating tube. Here's some auxiliary heat wiring and plugs and stuff. We have some chair rails. These are for the seats on the inside. They will go. We're not going to run a middle seat. That one will also go. We're not going to run a middle seat. On the outside of the frame rails, this is driver's side now, we have AC condenser and compressor pipey deals that run the length of chassis, and we don't have all the parts. It's getting removed. It's getting deleted, factory delete. Alright, taking a look back here, we can see this cable that snakes on back to the rear drums, the bottom up to the frame. So basically a emergency brake or a parking brake is just a cable actuated paw and, you know, pad inside of a drum. We're going to remove all the manually actuated business and probably replace it with something electric, something with a push button that we could say on and off. More than likely it'll be controlled by the head unit, and if not, we're going to contact a manufacturer, see if we can get them to do that. So it should be pretty good. I picked WD-40 because they're known to sponsor people. Hashtag not really a joke. Hashtag sponsor us. On that hose. Yeah, get it out. Just yank on that hose. And twist. Just a little twist. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was way shorter than I thought it'd be. Oh, the Snuffleupagus. The guy with the long... Yeah, him.
This is your Vanagon's phallic representation right here.
Oh, jeez. Does that mean we're neutering it by removing it? Yeah.
I'm rolling all over the place.
You got it.
Got a brace.
Both hands.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it just came right off.
At least I didn't get it all over my face.
Oh my gosh, that would have sucked. Oh, you're fiddling with something. Do it again. Move it back. Do it again. Oh yeah. Just like that. Some artistic lighting right there. Oh my gosh. Brilliant. 11 more times. Alright, I'm ready when you are. Okay. Look at that, the starter just fell off. Did I get that on camera?
I had probably taken bolts out of it when I was taking the motor loose.
It's a brand new starter too. Look at this thing. Oh, she's a beaut, Earl. This van actually had about $600, maybe $700 worth of work in getting her running right before she died. Alright, we're gonna take some of this stuff out up here to assist Zach in his quest.
It's funky.
What's it doing?
Oh man, so the piece coming from the front comes into like a little L shape.
Okay.
So the L shape plate is like this, and like this.
Okay.
And then off the top of the L, there's like a little ball joint.
Yep.
And then the shaft going back ties in a little lower on this plate to the shaft. And it's got another L that comes up, and it comes up higher, and there's a hole in the top of that L that goes over that ball joint. Yeah, it's weird.
So you need me to hold the stick steady while you dongle down there?
Hold on, let me have it.
Alright, you got the stick. Alright, yeah, wiggle it. Wiggle it. Oh, there you go. Now it's moving up here. I can see it.
Can it flop?
It can flop. Yeah, I'll flop it.
Like how far can it flop this way?
You're flopping.
That's maximum floppage?
Yeah, you got a floppy stick, man.
Floppy's good for now.
I've found the page in the manual, and it says we are doing it all wrong. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Look at that. Give me that old time. We got some new holes to the outside world for the air, parking brake, and shifters. And what we'll do is probably find some nice block-off plates for those and cover them up and pretend they were never there. So I've been working up here, trying to keep up with Zach down there. And we got some updates here. The clutch is going to be a pain to get out. The brake pedal definitely needs to be replaced with a Tesla pedal. And in order to get that happening, we're going to have to rip the dash out. And when that happens, it'll give us an opportunity to address the wiring harness and kind of figure out what's needed or what's not needed. So at this juncture, we're going to pause up here and continue underneath. Here you go, buddy.
Thank you.
You look like a spaceman, Zach. Like you're about to hop off of one of Elon Musk's cyber buses.
I'm building a spaceship.
I got an idea for all these flying sparks, Zach.
What?
I'm gonna use some blue tape to cover up the holes.
basically gonna be waterproof.
It's like an angry badger got to these spot welds. But we are making progress. Alright, we got all this stuff out of the van today. I know it looks like a lot, but most of these hoses are just because the engine and the driver's compartment is so far separated. You gotta run wires and shit the entire distance. We also have some artifacts from a past life, including a poster, a tattoo advertisement, a box of band-aids, a handcuff key. So, yeah, I don't know what was going on in this van. This is another batch of parts that, you know, just are not gonna make the cut. You know, gas tank, because we're not running off dyno juice anymore. Cross members for holding up the gas tank. Auxiliary heater for sure, I know that, and a skid plate. And finally we got Zach with a smile on his face, you know, for a day worth of work under his belt. Putting a smile on my face, cleaning up my shop. Making me very happy.
Been a good day.
And as the fire chooches down for the night, we're gonna clean her up and shut her down. You know, when I met Zach for the first time, it was because a fire needed to be made. And I was getting ready to go up there and make that fire. And then this guy, Zach, comes up and he says, no, I got this. And he starts to make a fire, and I said, the man wants to make a fire, let him make a fire, you know? He seems to know what he's doing. And sure enough, he started the fire.
Not how that story goes.
That's kind of how it went.
I was already making the fire, and you came up and were like, hey, you know, you could do this. And I was like, man, I got this.
Oh, that does sound more like it. And I said, if the man knows how to make a fire, he must be a pretty decent dude.